here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
At this point, I'll add my blended tomatoes because it was burning. So add your blended tomatoes, and also I added the tomato paste. Mix well. Then you leave it to cook for a few minutes, maybe roughly 3 or 5 minutes. While it's cooking, I'll be cooking my spinach on the other sufuria. Just add oil and onions. Don't forget to be checking your beef so that it doesn't burn. And at this point, the mix is thick enough. Now I'll go ahead and add my washed rice. So I did not soak. I'm not a person who soaks rice. I usually wash it 2 minutes to cooking it. So I don't know how much that affects, but yes, I usually don't soak it. Add some salt, then mix it up well. So I used 1 jug of rice, so I'll be putting 2 jugs of water, just cold water, on the rice. So I'll mix it up well. So that's basically it. If you combine all the things well at this point, that's all. And then I will leave it to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes while checking up on it. So my onions are already cooked on the other sufuria. I'll go ahead and add my spinach, and also remember to add salt. So after the first boil, because the heat is now well, I'll add my cling film so that the heat does not escape. So put on the cling film, and then is it foil? I think it's foil. Put on your foil, and then you put the lid on. Leave it for a few minutes again, be checking up on it, and it's almost ready. As you can see, it still has some water, so you'll give it like another 3 or 5 minutes, then it should be ready. And that's it, our pilau is ready. So I had already chopped some onions and tomatoes. I basically soaked the onions in salt water, and there is our pilau. It was so nice. The only thing I regret not doing is putting enough oil. So this combination usually goes well with banana on the side. I don't know why or what it does, but it's just sweet and yummy when it goes with the banana. So I'm gonna chop some banana on the side, and that is our dinner. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Tifine here. So yes, I'm just from work, as you can see. So what I've done, I've only washed my hands and then stepped into the kitchen. It's kind of late, so I really don't have much time. So yes, I want to start cooking, and hubby's not home this week. Actually, he's been away a lot for work, and yeah, so we're just here with the kids and my house manager. So yes, in case you don't see hubby, we are cooking mashed potatoes and some chicken breast, and my potatoes are already cooked, so I think I'll start with, and they are frozen. Let me check. So here they are, and it's frozen. I'm even wondering how I'll cook it. I think I'll have to boil it first, and it will spoil if I boil this chicken breast. So bear with me if it will be kind of messy. Yes, so let me boil this first, and then I'll try to cook it. You see, it's so hard. It's so hard. We'll see what we can do. So let's start the video, guys. I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned till the end. So this is my mashed potatoes, and they've already been overcooked. So with the mashed potatoes, I usually add blue band, and because this mix was kind of soaky, I did not add milk, but it should be milk and butter. So for us, we usually use blue band, but if you have butter, you can add butter. Then you mash the hell out of these potatoes. So I'm going to leave it for a few seconds or 2 minutes or so for it to cool down while I chop my tomatoes for the stew. So at this point, I'm going to put my mashed potatoes in this hot pot just to keep everything hot, because it might take some time for me to cook the stew. So yes, I'll transfer it to the hot pot. So once my chicken breast has boiled for a few minutes, I'll cut them into strips like so. Onto the pan, I'll add enough oil and then put my chicken breasts. So while that is cooking, on the other sufuria again, I'll put some oil and onions to cook my spinach. Always try my best to include greens in my meals, in case you haven't noticed. Yes, we usually love spinach. Actually, it goes well with like everything. So once it is crispy enough or turned brown, you add your onions. You notice that I've not put so much onions in the beginning, because I'll put some more at the end. So mix it up well. The other sufuria onions are ready. I'll put the spinach. Don't forget salt. And once the onions are cooked, I added the tomatoes. Then I'm going to leave it for a few minutes and then add some water. So at this point I'll add my spices for them to cook with the tomato. I've added paprika, roiko, this is coriander, and also I'll add chicken masala. That's it. Mix it up. Then I'll add some soy sauce, dark soy sauce, and also some tomato paste. So at this point you can actually serve it the way it is if you're not a soup person. Yes, the way it is, just add some onions and bell peppers, and that's all. Don't add water. But because me and soup yes, so obviously I added some water for it to bring the soup. So, and basically this is because of my babies. Yes, we love soup in this house. So I'm going to add some water. This is actually the broth that came from the boiled chicken breast. After boiling for a few minutes, like 2 minutes, I added the onions, green and red bell peppers. So the reason for adding them at the last part, I don't want them to overcook. I want to taste it and also to see the onions and bell peppers. And that's it. That's basically it. So see you guys and have a
Doing crazy dreaming.
after washing the drumsticks well with maybe vinegar and water, I'm going to cut them like so, and then I'm going to mix the spices in a bowl. Basically, so as you can see, the oil has all the spices left there. So instead of letting this oil go to waste, I usually use this oil for deep frying the potatoes. So once it is hot again, I'm going to put my sliced potatoes. So I'm going to let them cook slowly. So I'm making sure they have all been soaked well in the oil, and then I'm going to let them cook for like 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to transfer it to the other side of the cooker while I start cooking the stew. So that one will be cooking slowly. On the other sufuria, I'll add the onions and oil. And this is how the drumsticks turned out from the shallow frying. As you can see, they are so looking good, and they were so yummy. So you can either serve them the way they are, like so, or make a stew out of them. So I left like 3 pieces deep fried, and then the rest I added in the stew. So because the drumsticks were so spiced, I'm going to only use paprika and black pepper in the stew. That's it, because you don't want again to add all the spices in the stew, and the drumsticks have it all. So I'm going to add some dark soy sauce and some tomato paste, and that's it. So mix it up all well, and then at this point I'm going to add some plain yogurt. So at this stage I'm going to add some water, put the carrots, red and green bell peppers to the mix, and then I'll let it cook for a few minutes, maybe let's say like 1 minute or so. Also, don't forget to put your chicken. I think this is chicken cube. Yes, mix it up. I'm adding some dark soy sauce, some more water. Don't forget your salt. Once I'm satisfied with the combination, I'll leave it cook for like 3 minutes, and by this time the potatoes are ready. So let's add the drumsticks. So remember, because they're already cooked, I'm just going to leave them for a few minutes in the mix. Mix it up well, and then you let it cook for like let's say 3 minutes, and then everything should be ready. Sorry about the noise. I'm doing the voiceover while the babies are inside the house in case you hear some noises. So the chicken wings turned out so well, as you can see. It was so delicious. So at this point you can choose to eat them like this, and for me, because I want to explore and make them so juicy, I went ahead and made this paste. Basically some barbecue sauce, some soy sauce, and some tomato sauce. So I mixed them all up and then added some honey. So I noticed the stew or the mix turned out a little bit too much. I added the ingredients on the higher side. So if you can, please measure to a smaller amount. Once they have I've mixed well for like 1 minute, I now added the chicken wings to the mix, to the sauce. And there we have it. If you have some sesame seeds, you can add on top. And there is our sticky honey chicken wings and some leftover deep fried potatoes and kachumbari on the side. And it was so yummy. And there is our dinner. So you can either take the wings, the chicken wings, like so with the sauce, or if you are the other type, you can take it with the dry cooked chicken wings without the sauce. They both looked bomb, and they both tasted sweet, so either way. I actually loved the sweetness in the honey wings. I think that was more delicious. So on to the last day. This is the 5th meal. We have our gizzards. So after boiling the gizzards for like 30 minutes or so, I added some oil. I'm going to cook them until they are golden brown. And onto the other sufuria, I'll be cooking my kienyeji mboga. So basically adding some onions and oil. So once the gizzard have turned brown, I'm going to add the onions. The other sufuria, I've added some tomatoes, and then I'm going to add some Royco cubes, just to give it a little bit of taste, and also a little bit of paprika and also coriander. Mix it up all well and then wait for the onions to cook. So on the other sufuria, while the onions were cooking, I'm going to add the tomatoes. I'm going to put some paprika, turmeric, coriander, and also some is it called Maggi cubes? Some cubes, yes, Royco and Maggi cubes. Mix it up all well. I'm going to put the broth that remained from boiling the gizzards. Then I'm going to let them cook for a few minutes. So while that one is cooking, our tomatoes are well cooked. At this point, I'm going to add the kienyeji mboga. So this one is from the freezer. I usually boil my kienyeji mboga for like 5 minutes or 3 minutes, and then store them in the freezer. So that's why it's this hard. I'm also going to add some little bit of broth on the kienyeji mboga, and also add some salt, and then wait for it to cook. So on the other sufuria, the mixture is still cooking. After cooking for like 3 minutes, I'm going to add some dark soy sauce and also some tomato paste, and then leave them to cook for another few minutes, like let's say 5 minutes or so, with some water. So after cooking for like 5 to 7 minutes, I'm going to add my green bell peppers. If you have onions, you can also add onions on the mix. And that's it. Our stew is ready. So because the ugali is normally very basic to cook, I won't be showing you how I cooked the ugali, but there's a video I showed you guys on how I usually cook my ugali. So that's our dinner: ugali, gizzard, and some kienyeji mboga. In case you're wondering why my mboga is that cooked, it's because it's kienyeji mboga. So there is our dinner, and it was so yummy. I love gizzard. I love gizzard, and my hubby is usually the one who usually requests for me to cook gizzards. He loves gizzards. So basically that's it for today's video. I know it has been long. I really tried my best to cut some of the parts, but yes, as you've noticed, I've not cooked for 7 days. If I did, the video could have gone to 1 hour plus. So I decided to put it to 5 days. And if you have noticed, it was on different days. It was not consistently for a whole week, day to day. But yes, as I told you, I was cooking this while I was from work. So sometimes I was a little bit tired, and then I skipped a day or two, and then I cooked again. So thank you so much if you stayed tuned till the end. Don't mind my Ivana. She usually eats the way she wants to. The idea is just to eat. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And yes, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.